hardafseltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. The peach, the lemon lime, the strawberry shortcake, and the blue raspberry. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a shit about that. We are live in over 100 stores in Tennessee. More just opened up. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, kids, the Thursday edition. If you weren't here on Monday, we've added another fake news on Monday. I'd highly recommend it. However, if you want to watch it, you got to subscribe to Drinkin' Bros Podcast on Patreon, where we have live shows every single day. Actually, D'Anthony, we have the most live shows per month out of any channel on Patreon right now, which is pretty crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you're excited today.
No.
Yeah.
I had a cheeseburger earlier. That was nice.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Yeah.
I bet it was. Where'd you get that cheeseburger from?
From P. Terry's.
No shit.
Yeah, it's right over here.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's about 6 minutes away.
Sure is. It's a damn fine restaurant. If you're looking for a quick burger in this area, at least.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of food down here yet.
No, there's a Burger King attached to a gas station.
I have and will never eat at Burger King.
Well, I'm hearing something in my headphones. Is that you, Giorgio? Whopper. Okay, yeah, just stop. Can we stop doing that? I don't want to hear it anymore, okay? I don't want to hear Whopper, Junior Whopper anymore in my thing, okay? I don't want to hear the goddamn jingle in my ears, all right?
Well, you know, the first baseman for the Mets, that's going to be his walk-up music this year.
I heard. Is that true?
I don't know if he was joking or not, but they'll probably pay him to do it, so why not?
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Plus, he has the body of a man who eats at Burger King.
What's his name?
Pete Alonso.
Oh, shit, home run champion.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, the Derby.
He won the home run derby, yeah,
Yeah.
dude. He's a two-time winner of the derby, right?
He didn't win this past year, though.
Did he lose it?
Yeah, he got raped, I think.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember a guy got raped on the field. I just couldn't remember who.
Yeah, it was by Mr. Met, which is interesting because you would think with a giant spherical body like that, it would be hard to even achieve penetration, especially against somebody's will.
This joke will play even better once Bob puts up a picture of Mr. Met, because this is definitely not the face you want to see behind you raping you.
Yeah, you don't want to get raped by Mr. Met.
No.
I mean, you don't really come back from that.
It'll haunt your dreams forever. Bob, go ahead and pop that up there. Oof.
It's like that movie Smile.
Look at that.
It's
from
just
behind.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Like you wake up in the middle of the night and this face is staring down at you with his dick out.
Oh,
That's
boy.
not great.
Boy, is there stitches on the dick, you think? You think they got the red stitches like the baseball on the dick, on the penis?
It does, like right down the side.
On the beanbag.
You're looking at his skin.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, right?
This is his skin.
Yeah, it just goes
Yeah,
throughout
he's
the
got-
body.
He's got baseball skin.
He's got red stitches all over his penis.
Yeah.
Do you
And
think
that's baseball, baby.
You think he's juiced?
I think so.
Oh, speaking of juiced, can you go to Liver King's Twitter, because he posted a thing the other day where he's like, "Oh, I've been clean for fucking 3 months or something," and he looks even more chiseled than he was before.
Sure.
This guy's like a fucking serial liar. No, it's a picture it's straight on of him.
Look, wait. Whoa. We're just going to breeze past the pic of him and that chick?
They're all TikToks.
Are they nude? Is he nude or something?
No,
Why'd
he
you
just
breeze
doesn't
past
own
that?
any shirts.
Oh, he does. Is he sitting in a Benihana's with his fucking shirt off? Where is he at in that second pic?
That's his whole thing is he doesn't wear shirts.
I understand that, but you're still going to have a shirt and some shoes to get some service.
Honestly, though, when
Are
you're
we saying
he's
Liver
a-
King's different?
He's a super jack dude, but he's not one of the top, 100 most jack people in the world.
No, I got Pex Norton ahead
So
of
it's
him.
like, what
What
makes
does that?
you
What does
say
that mean? The 100 most jacked people in the fucking world.
If you're going to be a
Giorgio?
person
Exactly what it sounds like.
No.
who's not going to wear a shirt ever, I expect you to be amongst
He's 5'6". He's only going to get so big.
Yeah. And Giorgio, give him a break. All right, you're
No.
5'6", you know.
He says he's
do.
5'7", and dude speak, that's 5'6".
Yeah, it's 5'6". It's
Yeah.
5'6".
He may as well be a fucking Mexican.
By the way, Bryce Young, they're doing the combine.
Bryce Young's not a Mexican.
It's not a Mexican, but they're doing the combine, and they just gave him a measurement.
It's like 5'9".
You were right, dude. I was
He's like
wrong.
5'7", yeah.
No, I came in at 5'10". I said 6 feet, and I just wanted to say you were correct. So, congratulations. You won that today.
Do I win something?
You do, and I'm going to give it to you after the show, underneath the desk where I like to be. But in the meantime, has the lab leak theory been confirmed? Question mark. I thought it had. You're saying maybe not. A Chinese virologist who sounded the alarm in early 2000 about where the coronavirus came from said Monday that the U.S. has reached a milestone achievement after a classified intelligence report from the Energy Department reportedly found the virus most likely originated in a Chinese lab. Dr. Li Mingyan told Tucker, I'm just happy I got that name right. Can I get applause for that, please?
Who says you got it right?
Thank you. I did. I know Dr. Li Mingyan. I love all of his work. His
What are the
earlier
chances
stuff was
you
some
say
of my
the same
favorite.
name?
It's a woman.
Oh, her?
Lee is a woman's name.
Is it?
In China, yeah.
Well, here it's a dude's name. So
You don't know any women named Lee?
I've never met one. No. You ever met a Lee?
Jennifer Jason Lee.
That's her last name.
Nailed it.
Yeah, nailed it.
Now, Lee
Back
is,
to the
Lee,
Future.
Lee is a very common first name for a woman. Leigh.
Oh, shit. Yeah, shout out Lee Massey. That was my prom date.
I don't know
actually.
who that is.
Fuck, dude. I went to prom with a Lee, and I should have known that. I'm sorry.
One of
Lee.
the things that upsets
Sorry.
me the most in life is somebody saying a name to me that they know for a fucking fact I don't know who that person is.
Right.
They're like, oh, yeah, fucking Jordan told me. Oh, yeah, who the fuck is that? Bring him here right now or shut the fuck up. Why does Monica Lewinsky have pronouns in her fucking Twitter bio? That's a good
She does
question.
it for a joke. She's actually pretty funny. But Dr. Li Mingyan was on Tucker Carlson tonight, September 2020, and said that the Chinese government intentionally manufactured and released COVID-19 virus, leading to nationwide shutdowns and deaths. When asked if the leak was international, she replied, of course, it was not an accident. Maybe for people who don't have this kind of biosafety, Lab 3 or 4 experience on coronavirus, maybe it's easy for them to accept the accident lab leak. However, I'm a scientist working in a research lab using coronavirus, and I can tell you, based on the print protocol and also the other surveillance system, it would be impossible for the lab leak to accidentally happen in such a lab and cause the Wuhan outbreak and also the pandemic. That's what she said.
So her position is that China, the CCP intentionally released the virus, but that they didn't do it in Wuhan on purpose. That was a foul up. Because they didn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what their big plan was, to be honest, because what would it have looked like in the rearview mirror if only China didn't get infected by this shit? You know what I mean? Like, so I think that part of what she's saying is dumb. And look, to be honest, a lot of these people that come out of these fucked up dystopian countries that all of a sudden rise to some level of fame, I don't know. I believe, I guess I listen to what they say, but I don't know how much of it to believe, to be honest. Like that Yeonmi Park, the North Korean woman.
Yeah, big fan of hers too, yeah.
Yeah, she says all kinds of stuff. Like her family was rich in North Korea, right? She was a fucking model, and so was her mother. So I'm not like, I don't really buy a lot of the stuff she says, frankly.
I can't hear a word she says.
She sounds
Really?
So distracted.
to me she's a lot like and no offense, maybe she's completely legit, but to me she's a lot like what's her name? Ilhan Omar, whose family was part of the ruling class, and then she escaped and was like, oh, what was me?
Right.
Like, well, you escaped justice, so.
Yeah.
But I don't know about Park or anything like that.
Was Park rich? Was her family? Were they ordering 2 orders of crab rangoon over there before the meal?
I don't think they're allowed to have crab.
You don't think they goon up?
No,
they're not part of the goon squad.
They eat like a fucking algae paste, I believe.
They're not goon hounds.
I think they eat land crabs there.
Really?
What the fuck is a land crab?
It's a spider. They eat spiders.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Spiders.
here let's talk about it since we're talking about it.
Sure.
all shellfish they're bugs just in the ocean, and we, for some reason, at some point a couple thousand years ago, like, that's fine.
It is.
It's like, hey, you hold something up, like, hey, this is a fucking bug.
The globalists were starting early. That's what I'm saying.
No, people were just hungry.
You put some crab legs in my face and give me a goddamn thing of butter.
Put a picture of a fucking crab up on.
Do you guys
on the
also
screen
understand
right now.
it is Lobster Fest right now at Red Lobster?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, we should
Just
go.
went 2 days ago.
Good night, everybody. Subscribe on Patreon. I gotta go. Is it really?
It is. We had a $400
What
tab.
the fuck are we doing here, dude?
This,
Where is there a langosto rojo around here?
see, look at this. This is a goddamn monster. This is a bug.
Oh yeah.
And it just happens to be in a fucking. That is a thick thorax. That's all that shell
very
is.
delicious
And
bug, though.
and just because it's underwater, we're like, fuck it. What else do we do like that?
I
What
could-
else is underwater? I mean, we don't eat dogs, but if I drown one, can I eat it?
I eat
Yeah.
bugs.
Yeah, but dude, Manny Pacquiao ate his own dog as a kid.
Yeah, bugs are good.
Yeah.
no,
bugs are
he's
fun.
saying bugs. You're saying dogs.
Both are fine. I'm sure. I've had some. I'm sure along the way I've had some dog in like Mexico, and I was just like, shit, this isn't bad if with some sour cream on it.
High protein content. in bugs.
Yeah.
I don't know how much.
We're
Can you
probably
look,
shitting through a screen door.
Bob, you gonna
afterwards,
look
but-
that up? How much protein per ounce
For crickets.
for a dog?
Yeah, crickets. Shit, we had Eli's crickets.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Golden cricket.
Don't eat crickets. That's
It's
dumb.
fine. It didn't taste that bad.
19 grams.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. For what?
Nutritional value per 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. So per 3.5 ounces, 19 grams of protein.
That
And
doesn't
dog.
help me. I'm not trying to do math right now, dude. How many grams of protein per ounce?
19.
Divided by 3, so 6-ish.
That's about like pork. That's kind of low. Pork is like 6, chicken 7, beef is 8. So I'm not eating dogs.
You won't eat a dog?
I thought about it, but the protein's not high enough.
Man,
What about
what about one of
crabs?
those big dogs? I got one of those horse dogs that lives next door.
It's not based. It's based on the composition of their muscle
5 for
fiber.
crab.
It's not on size of the dog.
It's 5 for crab. You said.
How much for horse?
The crab is something that is so delicious that I could get gout. I could eat it every goddamn day.
Why would you
and
get
just
gout?
Gout out. All those rich people over in
Ooh,
Europe, dude,
octopus.
used to off of lobster and crabs.
I
used to
think
get
it's
gout.
it might be the butter, maybe.
think
I don't
so?
know.
Is
I don't know.
Well, you can't have it without butter.
What do you
so-
get gout from?
You get it from eating it's like lactic acid, deli meat type shit. So, I
The
think
good
it's
stuff.
lactic acid. Yeah.
The good stuff, Bob. The rich stuff. Okay.
I think it's the salt.
You've
and
never
the
met a
high-
poor
the
person
high
who
sodium
died
content
of gout, right?
gall. I have a new theory though. After looking,
It's a lot of kings.
Uric acid.
Big fan. Big fan.
I think the smarter the animal, the higher protein percentage per weight is what we're finding here.
What's the smartest animal?
Octopus.
An octopus?
Yeah, it's like 8 grams protein.
Oh, shit.
Eight's on par with beef.
Do you want to know what crickets is?
Yeah. What do we got?
16.
Again, I don't give a shit.
I do.
I'm not eating bugs. That's for fucking poor people.
If they're
I'm not
ground
doing that.
up and put in a shit like that, those bars, I thought the bars were good.
That's
I like the bars.
one step away from fucking Soylent Green. I want to see where my food comes from, and I want it to look like food when it gets there. And here's why: because anybody involved in that process, they're going to start dropping weird shit in there, and I'm not into it. We're going to end up eating fucking people, and I'm not doing that.
I'll eat a fucking person. There's a lot out there. You throw who's Justin Verlander's wife?
Kate Upton.
Yes, if she died in front of me and I was stuck in the forest and I'd eat Kate Upton, so be it. You know what,
What
I'm saying?
tribe calls it long pig?
Tribe called Quest.
Yes,
No, it's Long Pig. That's from Archer.
it is.
But it's Zimbabwe is where they say that, yeah. Or Rhodesia if you're a classicist. like
I'd eat
I
my
am.
wife out of respect, by the way. You know, she's hot, and if she died and it was like, hey, we're stuck, like I'm stuck in the fucking Andes or whatever in the mountains, and it's just the two of us. We're in a Cessna, and it goes down. I just,
You'd eat
I'm
her
so
before
rich.
she'd eat you?
How long would you wait?
I mean, I'd probably get hungry maybe 18, 19 hours in. So
I mean, food is best served warm typically.
it is.
So you don't want to wait for the body. to cool
No,
down.
I'm not going to wait like the standard week and grieve. Like I'm definitely going to snack into that thing. Start with dad ass first too. If you've seen my wife,
I wonder
which
how much
enjoy.
protein is in the dick.
A lot. I want to say 86 grams.
I don't think so because it's mostly like blood vessels and soft tissue, right?
Yeah,
It's not muscle.
Penis
I
is
meant-
very gristly.
I meant 86 grandmas. Okay, so when I say grams, that means something different to me because I'm from the South. All right, Giorgio, you want to talk about that 82-year-old you slept with? Kidding. She was 70. What? How old was she? Just toss out an age real quick before we go to the next story. Just give me that age.
Don't worry about it.
Come on, Giorgio.
76.
76. The old 76er. Spirit of 76. Proud of you, Giorgio.
That's a real Philly move on your part.
Fucking dimed him out live on air, 76-year-old. We'll get into it, Giorgio. We'll get into it. Next up, the Air Force has nuclear problems. 2 U.S. Air Force commanders and 4 of their subordinates at a key nuclear base in North Dakota were relieved of duty this week after their units failed an inspection designed to ensure that the nuclear weapons stockpile is safe and secure at all times. 2 defense officials told CNN. The removals occurred at, is it Minot? Are we pronouncing that here?
It's close, yeah.
All right, Minot. Shout out to Minot Air Force Base, which is the only Air Force installation that houses 2 legs of the nuclear triad, ballistic missile silos, and strategic bombers.
The nuclear triad is actually what I call my dick and balls now.
Oh, no, you used to call that for a long time.
Yeah.
And you had a sign over it.
I did, yeah. It was a warning sign because it's radioactive.
We also used to, because we have some listeners here in the studio, we do have water fountains. So if you get too close to his dick and there's a nuclear reaction to your eyes, go ahead and flush those out before you keep drinking hard AF seltzers back there. And we'll bring you on at the end of the show for Drinkin' Bro of the Week, so I'll ask you about it. But the removals there.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's my not.
Is it my not?
Yeah.
Did you fuck us, dude?
I guess, yeah.
All right. Who corrected you in the chat?
30 fucking people. Although one of my buddies who was an officer there told me that's why I said Mino, because it's what he said, but he's a fucking idiot. So
maybe he's there's an underground club where everybody parties, like a speakeasy in the back of it. You know.
Well, it's the Air Force, so they don't really hide when they suck each other's dicks.
Oh, they just do it out in the open.
Right out in the open, yeah.
Okay. The nuclear surety inspection is a pass-fail test, and the results are classified. There is no indication that the failed inspection was related to the handling of a nuclear weapon itself. Another defense official said that the failure was for non-compliance, vehicle, and equipment safety inspections. So what does all of that mean exactly?
It means, I assume, the vehicles that are used to transport fissile material were not up to standard.
Okay.
In some regard. But who knows, right? I mean, this is really weird that this happened 2 weeks after a fucking Chinese spy balloon flew over that area.
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem kind of, I mean, look, it could be a coincidence.
Probably not.
I don't remember the last time I heard about, this is the most important nuclear base we have. So I don't remember this ever happening before, a guy getting relieved of command for something like that. But my guess is this incident triggered some kind of automatic inspection and they did not pass, if I had to guess. But I don't know. I don't really care. So,
well, what does the conspiracy theorist inside of you tell yourself late at night?
Oh, this is just general incompetence.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because every story I read these days, I feel like there's something else to it. Only because I'm so tricked. Well, not tricked. I know what the fucking media is doing for all this shit. And so now whenever I read shit, I'm paranoid where I'm like, what are you not telling us? Who's got it? Who's got the nuke in their bathtub?
So Colonel Bruce E. Vidal.
That's not a real name.
B-R-U-S. I've never heard that as a name before.
No. B-R-U-S-E period Vidal.
That's like Dovid or something.
Yeah,
it's close to a name.
It sounds like I'm getting a haircut in Europe.
He's the director of public affairs for the Air Force Global Strike Command. Wouldn't confirm the specific nature of the inspection. But what he said was, we have deliberate and disciplined inspection protocols, and we expect 100% compliance. Anything less than 100% compliance is unacceptable. It's that important to us. Now, normally I would think the commander that got relieved was just a piece of shit, and they were just finding a reason to get rid of him. But they relieved him and another commander and 4 or 5 of their subordinates as well. So it could be they got caught sucking each other's dicks or something.
Yeah,
right?
or it could be they just relieved all over each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I'm going to leave that option on the table there.
Some of it got on the table.
I bet it did. It gets messy when you're doing stuff like that. Start spreading those cheeks.
I don't know, but this is just indicative of the broader American culture. Everything we have is in some sort of disrepair
or decay,
and people are just tired of, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah,
like that. Like, all right, cool, dude. I guess we won't have nukes then.
Well, the other part of it is trying to cook this shit into the budget for the future. Nobody wants to plan for the future whatsoever, in case X doesn't happen, we'll go back to this COVID thing, right? The reason for we didn't have enough respirators or all that other shit on hand was, they would have been sitting there for 15 years. I think it was Bush who wanted that shit in there. They would have been sitting there for 15 years. They might not have worked. They could have rusted. They could have, crapped out, and they wouldn't have been good anyways. And then we just spent all this money, and it's a line item in the budget that we won't be able to account for. It's just going to be a loss. And I feel like every single place is doing that now, and all this shit's going to collapse at one point, right?
You'd think so, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about going to join the Ukrainian army at some point.
You should.
Just to, get some free stuff.
Yeah.
Because I haven't gotten anything free. Actually, you know what I did get today? In the mail today, I got a check from the IRS for $32.
No way.
From 2001.
Fuck.
So that's not even that long. That's just from last tax year, basically.
Yeah.
Or the last time I paid taxes.
What are you going to do with it?
I don't know.
Go to Langosta Rojo? You going to go to Red Lobster?
I'm probably going to get it in pennies and go to a strip club.
That'd be nice.
Make it hail.
Is there still some good Sea Scar strip clubs here? The Yellow Rose was here back in the day.
It's still here. So is the Red, and there's a couple other cabarets.
Is the Yellow Rose, is that an Asian club?
I would hope so.
No, it's not. So actually, fun fact, that's the state flower of Texas, I learned. Yeah. Learned that in Jeopardy last night.
Yellowed Rose sounds like an infected pussy.
Ooh.
Sure doesn't, Giorgio. Jesus Christ. Well, look, at least he made it 21 minutes of the show without getting that mic cut.
We'll cut his mic.
Yeah, I was going to say. You're getting better. I think yesterday was 6. We were cutting it out. Today's 21, so congratulations.
The reason I brought that up, by the way, is I think the IRS still owes you $15,000.
Sure do.
So maybe you'll get that soon.
Not a prayer.
Because I didn't.
Not a prayer.
Honestly, I don't want to check for $32. It's not worth it to me to go fucking, you can't.
You can screenshot it at least on your phone. And
Not the treasury checks.
Oh, that's
I think you have to go fucking to a bank and deposit that shit. And if I go to a bank, I'm robbing the bank.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll use it to go towards my bail, I guess. I don't know.
Well, this will go back into the conversation we were just having. Most banks, by the way, are now closed. So we're with Bank of America for most of our businesses and shit, and trying to find an open in-person location now. Good luck. Half of them are closed down all over the states, and the ones that are still open aren't opening until 10 a.m., which really fucks everything.
Yeah,
where it's just like, hey, dude, 10 a.m.?
No, you should open at 7 so people who work real jobs can go before.
Nope.
Not that I do. I can go any time of day.
Right.
What I do when I go to banks typically is I just walk in and ask them if they have a public restroom, and then before they can answer, I leave.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, hey, I'm good.
That's
See you later.
that's one of my things is just doing weird shit and just letting somebody live with that.
Yeah.
And me never explaining. They never have any idea what is happening. And I hope when they die, when they're on their deathbed, they're like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah.
They go to their grave just trying to figure out what happened.
Who was that guy?
Yeah.
And why did he slam his dick in a microwave with a Hot Pocket in it? You know?
Wait, my dick had a Hot Pocket in it?
No, the Hot Pocket was already in the microwave, and then you slammed your dick in the door on top of it. And then said, I can't even fucking turn this on.
I did used to
can't
slam
turn
my dick in
anything
a
on."
refrigerator door when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the hopes and dreams
I
behind
don't
that?
know. I just, pressure, I guess.
Peer pressure?
No, pressure, against your dick feels nice.
Oh, I didn't know if your friends gathered around in your kitchen. They were like, slam that dick in the door. Slam that dick in the door.
That doesn't really roll off the tongue. I don't think
Slam that dick.
Slam that dick. Slam that dick.
Yeah, but that
Slam
could mean
that dick.
anything, right?
Yeah, but not with the refrigerator door open. I mean, you obviously know. It's going to be cooler.
Venturing Out says, what's more dangerous, Cocaine Bear or Cocaine Dan? And he spelled cocaine wrong in both
That's fine.
instances.
Maybe it's in another language.
It could be that they're censoring him, but either way.
I think he might need that $5 more than we do.
Yeah, maybe. So you're going to answer the question then?
Of what's more dangerous? I'm going to say the bear. You on cocaine are completely the same.
Yeah.
You have no change in demeanor on any drug whatsoever.
Well, if I get really high on mushrooms and watch comedy, I laugh a lot. But that's
that's true.
That's about it.
That's true. The only time I've seen you guffaw out loud is mushrooms and Family Guy.
Yeah.
That's it. But other than that, same demeanor, and you would never know all day long. And that's what you want out of a. If you're going to do drugs all day long like you do, that's what you want out of a drug user, where it's like it's the same normal person. Where people get all hopped up and start, punching windows and shit. You're just like, dude, I don't want to hang out with that guy. You're the same dude every day.
Yeah, which is ironic because I don't want people to hang out with me. And if I behaved like that more, they would stay the fuck away.
Probably. But like right now, if somebody came in and said, "What drugs is this guy on?" I have no idea. I have no idea what could be in your system, and it's a myriad of like fucking 12 different options.
I smoked a little DMT this morning. Not gonna lie. My dogs woke me up at like 6 in the morning, and I had nothing to do, and I was gonna get high, but weed lasts too long.
Yeah.
If I smoke nighttime weed, you know, I'm not ready to smoke daytime weed until about 9 a.m. after I've had some coffee. But
Sure. Who let the dogs out this morning? Who? Thank you, Giorgio. You're back. You're back. Next up is South Africa. Fucked. South Africa is on the verge of collapse amid rolling blackouts and warnings of a total power grid failure, which could lead to mass rioting on the scale of a civil war. Now sign me up. Now I'm ready to go to South Africa.
this is the race war we've been waiting for.
God damn.
You know what I mean? Like we've been trying, not we
the
specifically,
American media.
but people in general have been trying to start some kind of race war for
In the media,
a
yeah.
long time now, and it's just like it's not going to happen here. Nobody cares about that shit.
No, but over there, maybe. Western embassies, including the United States and Australia, have advised their citizens in the country to stock up on several days' worth of food and water and be on high alert during extended blackouts sweeping the country. I'm sure as an employee sitting in there, when your boss comes in and gives you a rap on the door, says, "Hey, Ross, stock up this weekend." Why is that? We're going to have a power outage or something? Yeah, and you might get killed and or drug out into the streets and raped.
Well, there's been a lot of violence in South Africa since some things happened, right?
What were those things?
Just elected leaders there are using inflammatory language, and then black citizens attacking Dutch settlers, I guess.
Farmers,
who
right?
had owned land for a long time. I mean, I guess I can see why they might be upset about that, but go make money somewhere and then buy the land from them, I guess. I don't know. It's like whatever. But anyways, yeah, it's been a little touch and go for a while there now, but now it's anytime anything happens, if there's a drought or power outages or any kind of shortages, everybody just loses their mind. It starts, like there's hundreds of rapes per day being reported.
Over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that happens in Africa a lot. That's why 33% or so of sub-Saharan Africa has AIDS right now.
Yeah.
It's because they just rape each other all the time.
Well, we talked about that on the other show the other day. I think it's on purpose, but whatever, man.
About AIDS?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Doesn't it seem like those two diseases, like with COVID and AIDS, I said this the other day, but you're specifically targeting groups that you probably want off the planet if you're a government looking to control people
Yeah,
or have people
gay
work.
people and black
Yep.
people, yeah.
Yeah. And then old people. You look at COVID, old people, anybody who's fat's got a fucking, pre-existing condition or anybody
Well,
who
Fauci's
can't
responsible for all of it, right? So Fauci is the guy in the early 80s, between 80 and 83, when he was a middle-level employee at the NIH. He's the guy that he went on like national news all the time and spread the lie that you can get AIDS from somebody just from normal household contact.
Mm-hmm.
That was him that did that. So the reason that Magic Johnson had to retire for 2 years was because of Anthony Fauci. And, this guy just needs a fucking hole in his head.
Yeah.
I don't understand why this guy's still walking around.
He'll live it out, dude. He'll live it out for sure.
I don't think so.
I think you will.
I do not.
Nobody's doing anything about it.
Not yet.
If there was actually hearings or trials or any of that shit, like last night, somebody prominent that we know had posted about the Ray Epps thing that he had flipped and was going to testify.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
It's not true. And big people were reporting this last night, and it's like, well, why not? Like, the reason why it's plausible and people keep sharing it is because you should, just to get some testimony out of them and everything else. But we're not doing anything about it. And Republicans took the House. They haven't filed anything. They're not doing shit about it. So I don't really know. If you can just get away with shit like this, you're going to keep doing it.
Republicans aren't going to do anything, but some fucking wingnut is going to find him out in public at some point. You got to think, right?
I would have thought so, but it would have went down already because we're kind of past it. Everybody's pretty much forgotten about it at this point, and they don't really give a shit anymore. It's super fucking weird.
I
man.
disagree, and we'll get to a story. Actually, just do Ghostbed, and then we'll get to a story.
Sure.
The short version of all this is that South Africa's fucked, and it looks like that entire country is going to collapse pretty soon.
Well, I'll get back to this, but there was a state of disaster declared by the president on February 9th in response to the record electricity shortage, which has seen the state-owned power company Eskom Institute These rolling blackouts, dubbed load shedding, which is an awful phrase to name one of those. The load shedding.
Yeah, I did a little bit of load shedding this morning.
We all do. We all do a little bit of load shedding.
3 or 4 times, I think, before I even got out of bed.
I would have workshopped that, friend. But with this, why do they have horrible electricity problems there? I don't really understand that.
I don't know. I mean, it's probably the same
Power grid that we have in Texas?
No, well, maybe, yeah, but it's probably the same reason. Bob, maybe you can look it up and see what kind of energy South Africa consumes, whether it's electric or wind or natural gas or oil or what.
Do they have a white guy in a wheelchair as president too?
No, it's a black gentleman.
Oh, it is? Okay.
But yeah, it's. I would imagine Africa's having a real hard time now with the lack of or shortages of natural gas and wheat because of the conflict in Ukraine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because 12% of the world's wheat comes from Ukraine.
And they export it to Africa?
A lot of it.
Okay.
Quite a bit of it, yeah. Here's a graph of South Africa's energy production from 1990 to 2020.
What's the light teal bluish color?
That's to
coal.
make you. That's kind of to cool you down.
That's
a little
coal?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the next highest one?
Natural gas,
Okay.
and then nuclear, a little bit of hydro, biofuels and waste, oil, and then wind, solar, etc. Just started making up this little sliver right here in the last like 2-3 years.
Interesting. So I would imagine for most of the, you're not burning coal in your house for the most part. So the natural gas element is probably the home electricity, or not the electricity, but the like a lot of the power is being generated there. That's interesting.
Ivan Huertz in the chat is saying South Africa has nukes, though. Is that real? Because that means they would have nuclear power, one would think. And that would help
he said they had nuclear power.
Oh, they do? Okay.
They get a little bit from nuclear power. They've had nukes for a while,
Really?
since like the 80s or 70s. They've been in nuclear power for a minute.
Okay. That's a fun time. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's always good when a fucking country falls completely apart when they have possession of nuclear weapons. It was really sweet back in the 70s when Russia started handing off some of theirs to their generals in the neighbor states or in the territories and stuff. And then when the wall fell, it's just like, hey, nukes for sale.
Yeah. Anybody got any nukes? We got some nukes for sale here, right in the bathtub. Come on in the back. Come on in the back.
But frankly, I don't give a shit about South Africa. I mean, it sucks, but, fucking fix your country, dude.
No, I always see these sweet Instagram posts from Cape Town, and I feel sad for that, and a lot of the models down there, and that's my heart goes out to them.
If we need to send a boat, little refugee rescue mission.
Yeah, I would really like to, because there is some beautiful ladies down in South Africa, so I do want to say.
I mean, most of them have fled. Beautiful ladies go to South Africa, but they're not there right now.
Giorgio, do you want to give your address of where they can flee to exactly?
I think I'm going to call Tim Kennedy, see if I can get one of those planes that he had
Yeah.
from Afghanistan, take it over to South Africa real quick.
Just do some work.
Just cram, 500 of those models into that plane and, take off.
Do your best. One selfie stick, you know? And it's just,
Just me as the plane's taking off, but instead of refugees, it's just models.
you're just taking selfies.
It'd be a fun game
Everybody's
show.
Instagram.
You empty out the fuselage of an airplane and you put a big industrial fan in the front, but with no cover on it.
Yeah.
And you lube up all the walls and you just do like this, go up and down the whole time. And whoever gets fucking chopped up, you lose, obviously. You don't win by getting chopped up.
Right.
And whoever's left at the end, you own the plane now.
Do you think, though, one body could stop it where it's just like, hey, we got to sacrifice a little bigger person for it?
I mean, that would be a strategy, yeah. It's like Big Brother.
Yeah.
That body would be cut up so quickly, and that spinning blade would not stop at all.
Not one body, but, if you're a bigger person involved in this and you can strangle 7 or 8 people at a time and then fucking daisy chain them together and throw them into the blades to try to slow it down, and then maybe you can jump through and sneak through the blade when it fucking slows down.
Yeah, you bear hug them, like they all bear hug each other and stop the blade so you can get through.
Okay, I like this. And you kind of like ride one of them down like a surfboard?
Yeah, you just go through. You might lose an arm.
Yeah,
you might lose an arm.
I would keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle at all times.
I sure would.
Yeah. So maybe climb inside of a fat person like Tauntaun and then try to slide through that way.
Try to snuggle up in there like a little kangaroo in a pouch.
Yeah.
Little baby kanga. Speaking of baby kangas, they love Ghostbeds. I don't know if you know that, but they're actually edible to kangaroos down there. So I know the government has been ordering Ghostbeds down in Australia and then just kind of throwing them out in the forest to kangaroos. But they've been eating them. Now, the rest of us over here in America actually sleep on them, and it's a beautiful night's sleep. I would not recommend eating them, but if you have a pet kangaroo that's starving, you can order as many as you want, put them in the cart as high as it'll go. Type in the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout, and you're going to get 30% off there. Also, if you get a mattress right now, you're getting 2 free luxury pillows. And let's face it, after a kangaroo's been eating bed all day, snacking on bed all day, he's going to want to rest his head down and sleep it off on a nice luxury pillow from Ghostbed.com. Check out the sheets while you're there.
You know what they don't have
They're
yet?
underrated.
Is a little mattress protector and sheets for inside of the kangaroo pouch.
Not yet.
But that is in development, I'm told.
Yeah, they are working on it as we speak. So once again, if you have a roo out there in the world and you want it all pouched up with a ghost bed material, they're working on it. They've got scientists in Israel right now doing some stuff that's really...
And they're also going to start making beds out of kangaroos, I'm told.
I hope
which
so.
is nice.
Just the skin itself, and then no sheets required. Yeah. If you want an adjustable base, pair that up with a mattress, you can get 40% off. An adjustable base is amazing. Very sleek remote control that comes with it. Goes upsy, downsies, all aroundsies, USB ports, flashlights. All the things are on that. And if you have a lover who goes to sleep before you and you want a split king, then it comes with 2 remote controls. You can tell that bitch, shut up, lay down. I want to stay up and watch my programs for a little bit. You gonna go to bed. And now you can just pop the remote down and put her out. You can stay up and watch your programs, okay? Now, when you check out at the bottom of the page, you're going to see a 60-month pay as you go program. No interest, as long as you have decent credit. I can't believe that came out right. It didn't sound right in my head, and then it just came out right. I'm proud of you, Ross. Fuck, you son of a bitch. When you check that box, if you have decent credits, all the things that I mentioned, those deals, applicable with that. You can walk out of there with a brand new bedroom set for about $25 a month. Treat yourself, king. Short kings, that's for short kings too. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, D'Anthony, is a brief history of COVID lies. Why did you want to chat about this today in particular? Because of the theory itself, or because of people asking to drop some of these mandates?
Well, are there mandates still?
Still, yeah, there's still mandates. So, so Djokovic, the superstar tennis player, #1 in the world, he just had to request, Bob, for the United States to...
For the U.S. Open, yeah.
Correct. So, well, the U.S. Open's not till the end of the year.
He was September,
yeah, he was lifting it. He's asking them to lift it for that.
And it had been... He was originally, like some other year in the past, barred from Australia too. That was lifted. They changed theirs, and then he won. And then he won it.
And then Screen Actors Guild Awards was Sunday night, and the president, Fran Drescher, Fran the nanny, that annoying woman, she actually said on stage live to the audience that she would like the vaccination mandates lifted so they can start filming in different states. Because right now in California, you still have to have it. One of our listeners reached out about it. That their daughter was an actress and was unvaccinated, and they dropped her because couldn't book them then. So they're hoping to get that cleared up. Is that part of this, or?
Yeah, it's part of it. This is just 10 things that the state and the media and the broader medical community have said over the past 3 years that are either extremely wrong or intentionally misrepresented, right?
Okay.
I just thought while we're talking about it, we may as well do a quick recap. So here's a couple of my favorite conspiracy theories that turned out to just be basic common sense.
Okay.
Basic biology that we've known for thousands of years. Great. So here's the first one. Natural immunity offers little protection compared to vaccinated immunity. That's stupid. As a matter of fact, you can find a 96 video and a 2004 video, I think, of Fauci saying, why would I ask somebody to get a flu shot when they've already had the flu? Doesn't make sense.
No.
Okay. So a Lancet study looked at 65 major studies in 19 countries on natural immunity And the researchers, Lancet, by the way, is the best at doing this.
Okay.
Their researchers concluded the natural immunity was at least as effective as the primary COVID vaccine series. In fact, the data was there all along from 160 studies, previous and during this. This is just basic common sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this one's stupid. Number 2, masks prevent COVID transmission. Cochrane reviews are considered the most authoritative and independent assessment of evidence in medicine. And the one they just published in February says the highly respected Oxford research team found that masks had no significant impact on COVID transmission. So if you're wearing a mask, even if it's the right kind, fitting properly, if you're in an area for more than 20 minutes at a time, doesn't work. Yeah. That's essentially the breakdown there. So that was a lie. Yeah. By the way, all these things would have gotten us banned on YouTube just a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
And all of our social media channels would have been taken down if we had said this stuff out loud, although we did, just in a kind of a clever way.
Yeah. Next up is school closures, reduce COVID transmission. That one was not really true either, and went through that here personally in Texas with my kids. So what they were doing is if a kid just tested positive, they would get him out of the class. School went on here, and they weren't wearing masks and shit. Yeah. So.
Spain and Sweden specifically kept their schools open the entire time, and there's no difference in transmission rates between them and U.S. schools that closed down. So that's a pretty good fucking barometer there. Number 4, myocarditis from the vaccine is less common than from the infection. That is an outright lie. That is 100% not true.
Yeah.
It is myocarditis from vaccine injury is orders of magnitude more likely than just getting it from COVID.
Yeah.
And you see this, go watch Died Suddenly. It's very interesting. But I don't know of any case of a child getting myocarditis from COVID, but thousands of them got it from the vaccine. So it's just not true. And so these are different levels of, I guess, misinformation and fuckery and outright lies. Some of them are just like trying to control people. Others are resulting in children now having lifelong medical conditions. So
yeah, I mean, the next up is young people benefit from boosters. That's pretty much gone and out the window these days.
Yeah.
That's what I find interesting about a lot of these that you pointed out here. Mandates increase vax rates. The lab leak theory. Data on the vaccine is crystal clear. All this other shit. 1 in 5 people get long COVID. Everything else.
Well, you know what's funny about a lot of these?
Any of this anymore.
What's really funny about the booster thing, the CDC just said last week, I think it was on Thursday last week, that there's no point in getting annual boosters. That wouldn't help anybody. The CDC said this, right?
CDC said it, but now Pfizer's running commercials with Michael Phelps and Pink that say otherwise, that we should treat this like the flu and we should get a vaccination, but it's only Pfizer.
You know what's really the funniest part about all this to me is also the timing where they came out with you need X amount of doses over this amount of time. The research now shows that was absolute nonsense. Pfizer just made that shit up so they could sell shit to the government and steal taxpayer money. That's all that was. And then, of course, the long COVID thing, you know, the I guess the obvious conclusion to this whole stupid shit is that people are now filing permanent disability and Social Security for long COVID. I mean, 25 years old, and I'm not going to be able to work for the next 60 years. I'm sorry, man.
Can I get some of that?
I know, dude.
No,
is there
you can't.
a lawyer in the house we can get some long COVID money, bro?
If I find out you've even tried to do that, I will fucking cut your leg off and give you a real reason to collect Social Security and disability. How about that?
I think Giorgio would still be good without a leg, dude.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It kind of fits your whole vibe.
I'm going to cut it off in a really inconvenient spot, too.
Oh, it's like right above the knee?
What do they call that?
Like in the middle of the bottom
shin?
part.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be a shinner, dude.
No, Giorgio's brand is really dependent upon having legs.
I don't think it is. I think it like you as a one-legger with if you're popping in one of those Oscar Pretorius bendy legs.
Yeah.
I'll meet you halfway.
Okay.
We'll bring Scott in here and we'll test it on him first.
Scott
Lopez?
Oh, Lázaro Lopez?
Yeah.
He'd be down for a fake leg.
That's what I'm saying.
10K? If we gave him 10K, he'd get a fake leg.
Maybe,
I want that leg.
Maybe if
I want that goddamn leg.
Maybe if you bought
Why
him.
are you fucking shaking your head?
Maybe
dude?
if you bought him a pirate ship too.
If I gave him, he's a huge Taylor Swift fan. That's totally honest. But if I gave him Taylor Swift front row tickets, I think he would do it for that, which are also $10,000, by the way. So, what do you think?
Probably prefer a $10,000 sex doll to look like Taylor Swift.
Maybe. Do you think there'd be bad blood if I offered him that? Nailed it.
Yep.
Sorry. I had to. I couldn't. You knew I was going to pop in one, right? One song at least. I didn't say shake it off. Oh, hey, we just got shake it off. Just keep going to the concert. I didn't say that.
You've got one more in you. I'll wait.
I didn't say that. That it would be red. Next up, we got Ketone IQ, best in the biz. I drank a shit ton of that earlier. I did not. So I've been drinking the bottles of it, and they're great. Mental focus. I'm strong, dude. I punched a hole through the wall back there earlier. Big fan. I used to take that On It shit. Brain Fuel. This is way fucking better, dude. It's clean. It's nice. There's no crashes or any of that stuff. And I know the DOD has dumped in a bunch of money for it. I'm a huge fan, but I was the bottle there because I'm out of, and this is, if you think I'm lying, my box is empty here because I drank all of them, but I hadn't drank out of the bottle before. I asked Delco, I was like, yo, dude, how much did I take? And he goes, I don't know, man, just pouring a whole cup because he's been drinking a full cup of it every day. And I was like, but what does the serving say? And he didn't know, so I just went full cup. And,
I wouldn't worry about it.
I feel great. I feel really spry today.
Yeah, I like it. It tunes me up a little bit, makes my butthole hot.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a big fan. I know you'll be a big fan at home as well. And by the way, don't let the name Ketone IQ fool you. It's not keto, all right? This is used by like military, 60% of the Tour de France and all that stuff. And, those guys aren't keto, but it's fucking great, man. And I am on fire today, dude. I should have looked at the dosage of it. I really should have. I feel good, though.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like I could turn this into a 6-hour show. So Delco, that's on you. If this goes 6 today, sorry, friend, you didn't know the dosage at the top. I recommend reading it.
I'll be leaving if that happens.
No, we're going to full 6.
No.
We'll double up on Rogan today and go full 6 hours of fake news.
I'll do to you what Fetterman's wife did to him.
Leave me?
I'm just going to leave you here.
Leave me and go to Niagara Falls?
Yeah.
The Niagara Falls area?
I'm taking the kids.
If you're saying to yourself, hey, Ross, where can I get some? I need some, dude. Give me that nice pep in my step. Go to hvmn.com. Use promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout to save 20%. Again, that is hvmn.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros will save you 20% off there. And it's used whenever you need to re-energize. I was a little down this morning. Couldn't sleep last night. I heard there was a storm brewing here today. Looks like it's going to miss us, actually, and hit Dallas.
I don't know. It rained pretty hard at my house, and I went outside
really?
and fired my gun into the air because, look, I'm not going to get fired upon and not fire back.
I
understand that it's just a natural thing that happens, but still,
Yeah.
Fuck that. Right?
Yeah. I just go out in my yard, rip off my shirt, and scream Tomb Bear, like at the end of Shawshank Redemption.
She got arrested again.
I heard.
She's like, I think she just has a fetish for getting carried.
I think she's got a fetish for handcuffs.
Oh, well, she wasn't handcuffed this time.
Is she old enough that I can say that, actually?
She's like 21
Oh,
now.
thank God.
They just wheelbarrow carried her or some shit. I don't know. Maybe they were getting ready for a sack race.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. You know who'd do well on that? Giorgio, after he gets his leg cut off.
Yeah.
Do real good in a sack race. You don't have to worry about that other leg trying to weigh you down. You'd be
Again,
ahead of
no.
the field.
No.
Be ahead of the field. 10K. Think
You're going to
about it.
wake up missing a leg.
Yeah, it's going to be in a bathtub full of ice.
Well, the leg is going to be in my home with a lampshade on top of it, probably, or something, right?
Yeah, got to be.
If I take your leg, I'm hanging on to it.
Yeah, you got to keep it
Do
for
you
a while.
flash freeze that? Do you drain it? Like, how
No,
does
you,
one-
you pop it up right here. We'll bronze it and put it up behind us.
No, but I want to see the actual leg, so I'll probably shellac it, I guess.
You think so?
Yeah.
You shave that thing?
Or maybe, no, shellac is like a lacquer finish.
Yeah.
Or maybe like fiberglass resin or something. I don't know.
Do you
That'd be
shave
cool.
before shellac, though?
No, because I want the hairs to be floating around in there.
Gotcha.
If I could have
when
any
it sets.
requests, could you just like drop it in amber, maybe?
Well, you don't get any requests, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, amber is
that?
the color of your energy. Go to hvmn.com. Use promo code Drinkin' Bros, 20% off. Or they're going to be in Sprouts at the end of Q1 here in 2023. So if there's a Sprouts near you, go ahead and fire away. You know, I don't know. I don't think we've got a Sprouts near us out here, to be honest with you.
There's one somewhere around.
So William Cannon and Manchac, I think, would be the closest one to us.
It's too far. It's too far.
Well, you know, why don't you fucking commit?
No, dude. I'll get it shipped to my house. It just goes right to my house. I'm not going to go and drive 40 minutes, dude. If I can get shit shipped to my house for 20% off, yeah. I can't walk into Sprouts and scream out Drinkin Bros and they're going to give me 20% off. Can if you go online, hvmn.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros.
You want to try that at a Sprouts?
Walk into Sprouts. Sprouts, motherfucker. Drinkin Bros. Give me 20% off everything. I'll be like, I don't even know what you're doing here. I don't listen to the goddamn show. You should. Next up, speaking of China, how much U.S. farmland does the CCP actually own? The Department of Agriculture requires foreign entities who buy U.S. agriculture land to file a report within 90 days disclosing what they bought, citing staff shortages, which is a common theme of this show and I feel like every show over the last fucking 3 years here. Staff shortages. The Department of Agriculture didn't penalize foreign parties for violating reporting rules from 2015 to 2018. Holy shit, 3 years.
Yeah. Prompting 28 lawmakers to criticize the department's complete lack of accountability and oversight. You don't say.
Nah.
So foreign governments have been buying up all of our agricultural land, and it's like, I just couldn't get to it. Sorry, bud. So the question is, I guess, how much of our farmland does China specifically own? And the answer is about 390,000 acres.
Really? That's a lot.
It seems like a lot, but it's not compared to other countries. So Canada owns 12.8 million acres of U.S. farmland.
In the United States?
Yep.
Great.
The Netherlands owns 4.9 million acres. Italy owns 2.7 million acres. United Kingdom owns 2.5.
Of our own land?
That's correct. Germany owns 2.3, Portugal 1.5, France 1.3, Denmark 850-ish, Luxembourg 800,000, and Ireland 760,000. As a matter of fact, Bill Gates owns 250,000 acres, which is just about 120 or 130,000 less than China. So it seems like the majority of our farmland, if it's not owned by a specific farmer, like a family, it's owned by a foreign country.
I have a question about that.
Now, that seems like a problem.
Yeah, it sure does. Why are we allowing this to happen?
Foreign country or foreign company? Like the government of the United Kingdom?
Every one of these countries listed in the hectares or acres that are listed, if it is a private company that owns it, it's a private company funded by the state.
Okay, because obviously, if a Chinese company owns land,
Yes.
that's the CCP. But I was wondering if it's different with the Netherlands and Great Britain and stuff.
So every one of these, I looked into that because I had the same question. Every single one of these is the financing comes from the state at the very minimum, or it's directly owned by the state.
So it's not a China man, it's the actual
Well, there's no
government.
such thing as a China man owning anything without the CCP being involved.
So Dan, this land that's up there, a lot of these farms have commitments with the U.S. government. Well, they'll buy off certain amounts of crop and things and do something with it. So it's basically these foreign companies basically giving money back into the U.S. that U.S. gives back to the farm in a way. Like the U.S. is like washing like a net zero in a plausibility. That way they don't have to pay out any money to these farmers to like subsidize growth in the U.S. way.
Hold on, let me look that up right quick.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, Giorgio, I want to run this by you here. Let's take Italy. They own 2.7 million acres, right?
Right. So if Italy wants to invest their money, a safe place to do it would be U.S. farmland because the U.S. government is always going to make sure that land stays making money or stays appreciating in value in some sort of way because they've written laws into that says they have to do it.
I mean, it would be a very easy way for the U.S. government to send money to foreign countries without it being on the books as some kind of aid,
Yeah.
Because we spend just on U.S.-owned farmland, we spend $20 billion a year in subsidies, meaning we pay farmers in the U.S. $20 billion a year to not grow things.
And then light stuff on fire, like crops that we don't really
Sort of. What they do is so all these foreign countries, they do put foreign Cabbage Patch dolls in there, and that's where they grow. And then they distribute them.
How old are the Cabbage Patch dolls? They're
newborns. They're newbies.
So you can't, they're not really useful.
They're cropping
Newborn
up.
human beings can't do shit.
But the Cabbage Patch dolls can.
What do they do?
advanced intelligence.
I was more of a Garbage Pail kid, to be honest.
Were you really?
Cabbage Patch seemed kind of gay to me.
Well,
and garbage, my entire family was garbage. So,
And then one last thing about that, because you hear people fearmonger about China owns all our U.S. farmland. Like, to me, what does that really mean? Like, they bought it, and then if we ever say, nah, it's ours, like, what the fuck are they going to do about it?
Well, it would collapse the U.S. dollar.
I was going to say, yeah.
Right.
And we also don't own any, to my knowledge, any farmland in China, right?
I don't know about that.
United States?
We own a bunch of stuff. Well, China owns most of the mineral rights in Canada. I
Right.
think they own like 70% of the minerals in Canada.
Right, but we
which
don't.
is pretty funny.
But as far as China's, we don't own any farmlands in China at all,
Hold on, look it up.
or any rice paddies.
I mean, this
We
is
might.
Bob. You know,
There
Bob
might
should
be
be
some
looking
sort
this
of-
up, but
He's designing hats.
yeah.
oh, is he?
It's very nice.
Let's see. Foreign investors held an interest.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as like the rice paddies things go, because like that's something I would like to own. I love sushi.
Yeah, and I
I
guess
love it.
Foreign interests at present hold about 40 million acres of U.S. agricultural land. But I can't find what U.S. owns.
Do you know what of the total of that is, Dan? Roughly, 40 million versus.
Hold on.
I mean, the
1.3.
U.S. doesn't own any land in China.
Yeah, because they don't allow that shit. And
There's
neither should we.
895 million acres of agricultural land in the U.S. and it's actually decreasing, which is not great, I guess, as well. But yeah, 40 million of that is owned by foreign governments.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. We're well on our way.
So
you know?
that's about 5%. 5% of U.S. farmland is owned by foreign governments.
We weren't going to use it, you know?
That's
Kidding.
5%
That's fucking
sounds a lot
stupid.
more tolerable. Not great, but a lot more tolerable than
None of
like
it's great, dude.
No,
why
20,
should any
fucking
fucking country
50%.
own anything that we have, any land whatsoever? We don't own any land anywhere else, do we? Do we own
Yeah, we
Guam?
definitely do.
I
We own
mean, you
Guam?
know.
Do you really want that? I
We
don't.
don't
I don't
own
even
land.
want Puerto Rico.
We don't own land in China, but we own land in a lot of other countries.
Where at?
Well, every military base we have that's not in America. For
Yeah, but
one.
we're protecting them, and we're their fucking police and paying for their bullshit. So, is there a cost for that? Sure. If you want to park some hot ass fucking German women soldiers over here, you know, by all
I think
means.
you want to go to Sweden or Israel.
There
for
we
that.
go. There
Yeah.
we go.
Ooh, Israeli soldier TikTok is
A bunch of Gal Gadots running around here
kinda, yeah.
with that accent. Fuck yes, dude.
If there is any reason to get TikTok, it is for the Israeli women's military dancing around when they're off.
You cannot punch my pussy. I don't know why that
Yeah,
came to
what
mind,
accent was
but
that?
I don't. Not really sure.
She
It
didn't
just
she was trying.
blurted it out.
She was on a date with Trevor Bauer, and she's like, "Look, just let's get this out of the way before we start here."
Why don't you punch my pussy? I've got to go back to war. Whatever that accent is, it is, Giorgio. But good luck trying to get off to it tonight.
Yeah, we don't own the military bases; they're leased.
Yeah, the least, Giorgio.
But well, that was Bob that said that. But
Yeah.
we
Oh,
would,
was it?
if somebody tried to do something there, we would behave as if we owned it.
Right. And also, as far as then, I mean, through that logic, like China owns this land. Like, what do they? What,
MC
kind of. Are they gonna? What are they gonna keep it? Like, if we take it back
Yeah,
from
yeah.
them,
Let's say we did it. We all parked out on some of this land, and then we just carved out in the cornfields. Come and take it. Don't tread on me. And then invited China over. What the fuck are they going to do?
I mean, we
feel
should
like that
burn
would
all
be
the corn and plant rice there, and then not give it to them.
Not give them rice?
You'll never get this. I know you want this rice,
Yeah.
you fucking Chinese bitch.
God damn it. Casual racism is fun on a
There's
Thursday.
nothing racist about that.
It's not at all.
They eat a lot of rice.
do. And I love rice too.
it certainly
Yeah.
wasn't casual.
No, that was very direct. Wait, is it racist to identify somebody by their race and then call them a bitch?
Or their food preferences. Like,
Rice eating bitch.
Yeah.
Any descriptive thing about them.
Yeah. But if somebody said to me, you honky crab, leg eating motherfucker, I'd be like, yeah, it's all true.
MC
You have any butter?
MC Uper says, man, it's all native land anyway. Okay, well, why don't you lead the charge and whatever land you own, get the fuck off of it now and hand it to a native?
Yeah,
If you
find a
believe
Native
that so
American.
much, fuck that shit. You should have fought harder if you wanted to keep your fucking land. What are you
Or-
kidding me?
You take a nice native family, you bring them into your home. You got a little sister wife action.
You can put a casino up in that bitch.
There's a really interesting stat. 43% of the eligible natives in South Carolina owned slaves. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody said anything to them about it.
No.
No. We just gave him a bunch of casinos and a fun TV show in Yellowstone.
I think that the Native Americans need to pay reparations. They need to spend that casino money and I don't know, build some schools for black people or something.
I think Yellowstone, the TV show, should pay us reparations for having to watch that actress who plays the hot blonde dude's wife.
Yeah.
She fucking sucks and has for years.
I'm sorry, did you say the hot blonde dude's wife?
Yeah, I'd fuck
He's
that
hot.
dude. I get
Who
it.
are you talking about? The oldest son?
Casey. I'm talking about Casey.
The one that's a Navy
The
SEAL?
chick that plays his wife is so bad. I wanted her to get killed every episode, and they keep fucking putting her out there.
Here's how you know Casey's character is full of shit. He's supposedly a Navy SEAL, right?
He is.
Doesn't mention it once. Do you know any Navy SEAL that doesn't talk about it constantly?
No.
Fucking bullshit.
I thought it was in your name.
Yeah. It's like, my name's Casey, former Navy SEAL. No.
No.
I don't think so. Where's your book?
Whenever I call Ray Cashcare, it's the same thing. Hey, you've reached former Navy SEAL. Ray
Absolute
Cashcare.
nonsense. Fuck that. Anyways.
But they owe us reparations
I don't even know
for
what
that
the fuck we're
character
talking
in
about
Yellowstone.
anymore.
No, I want that land back, and they owe us reparations for that. She should have been killed off like fucking first episode. She tried to muddle through those lines.
We know they're making a fucking Bass Reeves show now.
Bass Reeves.
Bass Reeves is the first black Texas Ranger, I think.
Okay.
Is what he's known for.
I can get into that.
And then Isaiah Washington, the guy that got booted off
Grey's Anatomy.
For calling somebody a gaylord or something.
Yeah.
He's trying to raise money now to make an independent version.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
Gotcha. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
This guy looks pretty sick.
Who?
Bass Reeves. Oh, he was the fucking
pop
man.
up Bass
yeah,
Reeves.
look up.
Damn, that's a stash.
Go to his
son.
Wikipedia. Oh yeah,
Let's go.
He's that you only get a stash that thick by bathing in fucking the blood of your enemies. You know what I mean?
Man, that is a fucking stash.
Pull up his Wikipedia and look. I think he was a marshal or a Texas Ranger or some shit. I don't remember.
Bass Reeves. When you're named after a fish, that's a bold fucking move, right?
Well,
there, dude.
he got named that because as a child he tore a bass completely in half.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuffed it in somebody's mouth.
Sure did, dude. Who's your buddy over there? Oh, that's Salmon Sawyer. Have you met him? Real fine gents.
Salmon grabbed a fish out of the water or stream just like a bear.
Sure did, man.
You don't want to be named after a fucking salmon though. Bass have like sharp gills and shit. They can fuck you up.
That's right.
Salmon's
Catfish.
not doing anything.
There's been a bunch of catfish.
Catfish can fuck you up.
He was a U.S. Marshal.
Okay, U.S. Marshal. What else did he do? Read me the bluff, the bottom line up front.
Read aloud.
Let's see. He became. I'll give you so he was a slave, and his master took him off to war during the Civil War, and was like, "You're coming with me. I'm gonna, you're gonna shine my shoes or whatever." I guess they were playing cards, and they had a disagreement about it. So Bass beat the shit out of his master, and then just took off and hung out in Indian territory until the 13th Amendment got passed, and then he just kind of, had his fucking law enforcement career. He worked for 32 years as a federal peace officer in Indian Territory, was a popular deputy.
I feel like he probably just hung out and smoked ayahuasca all the
That's
time.
what I feel like. And I think he beat his master during an Uno card game.
It was Uno, yes.
It was when Uno first came out, and a lot of people didn't know the rules yet.
Yep.
And he played a reverse, and then he played a fucking draw four right after that. I was like, you can't reverse on a draw four.
Yeah.
Well, you can. But he didn't know that at the time, and look, man.
Oh, man. So here's the thing he did. He had over 3,000 arrests and 14 kills of outlaws, and he had to arrest his own son for murder.
No, that's going to happen.
And he was considered the best detective in the region.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to happen.
Well, this
Time to time.
I think they're making Isaiah Washington. He's going to make a movie, and Taylor Sheridan's making a mini-series about it. To be honest, it's such a fucking there's so many crazy stories like that. I don't know that you're going to be able to capture all that in a movie. I think a mini-series is probably the better way to go. But a movie, you could do it in a movie. It'll just be like 3 hours long.
If you're trying to raise funding for that, like a period piece is super expensive.
Like you remember the difference between Wyatt Earp had a storied career, and that shootout at the OK Corral, that was like fucking 6 weeks of his life or some shit, and that's what Tombstone is.
Yep.
And that is a far better movie than the entire story of Wyatt Earp that Kevin Costner was at.
Yeah, I didn't need to know all that bullshit.
So Bass Reeves' great-great-great-grandson
is Christopher Reeves Superman, the white guy.
better, stronger,
Whoa,
tougher.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
Noted NHL enforcer Ryan Reeves.
Oh no shit!
No
Yeah.
shit.
That's cool.
Damn, dude.
I've met Reeves a couple times.
That's
He's
dope.
That dude is an animal.
Shit. That's a good one, Bob. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that.
Ryan Reeves is mostly known for trying to murder people as well. So family tradition.
Family tradition, dude. Keep it in the family. Next up, we got the Drinkin Bros store, kids. We got the new Hard AF seltzer hats in the store. D'Anthony and I are wearing them. Is that a new hoodie?
Yeah, it says, "Don't tell me what to do."
Yeah. Well, we got new hoodies. Those are on sale in the store as we're getting ready to switch seasons. Some might say in Texas, we already have. It's about 86 degrees here today. And, we got tons of stuff in there. The Bro Box, by the way, is awesome. Every month it's totally different. I think it was a flask in this month's, and it was all St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, so to prepare for St. Patrick's Day, we had a Drinkin Bros themed white flask made, and then a hat with Clover.
It was fucking rad,
yeah,
dude.
It's cool.
When is Thigh Huggers coming out?
Next month.
Next month?
Yep.
Nice.
So
get in on the Bro Box now.
Yep.
We've got some customizable thigh huggers in that one. Some silky actions for dad ass for you coming your way. All you got to do is go to drinkinbros.com, click on the store, sign up for the Bro Box, or peruse the whole catalog. None of the money goes to Ukraine. We really want to point that out. Not one single cent of it.
Well, unless Ukraine starts selling some dope drugs that I can buy on the internet. If that's the case, then we're definitely going to start spending some money in Ukraine.
Would you be willing to go to war for that?
No, but I'll spend my own personal dollars.
All right.
I'm not committing somebody else's life to my own personal fucking fantasy.
For drugs?
Yeah, I'll just deal with it myself.
Everyone in the Ukraine right now, get off your lazy asses and start producing high quality drugs. Open up a black marketplace for that so we can buy them and stop taking these handouts from the U.S. government and make your own money.
Yeah, see, here's the thing about what's going on the international stage right now. Russia is basically just a giant criminal syndicate at this point. The leadership of Russia, I mean, the people are just doing their thing. It's people. But the oligarchs are all like former KGB people or criminals, like the shady businessmen that were put into power. If we were getting all of our drugs from them, they would be dope-ass drugs.
Right.
Because they're good businessmen, right? Like if you bought guns in the 90s from the Russians, you got your fucking money's worth.
Yeah, dude.
That's
you
why
got a shot of vodka, and
Yeah.
would stuff a potato in your ass.
But when you deal with China, you get fucking fentanyl and everybody dies.
I know.
We've had like 180,000 overdoses in the last 2 years alone.
Yeah.
Fucking China, man. I would rather deal with Russia. Just not that they're not a bunch of fucking autocratic assholes, but the drugs are... The quality of the product's going to be better.
And
that's
the
all
booze. And the booze, too, you know?
Like, what are you buying out of China that's getting you fucked up?
Man, sake.
Nothing good.
Sake?
No, that's Japanese.
Is it really?
Asshole, yeah.
Sorry, dude. You know?
Ninjas,
This old round eye
sake,
doesn't know
sushi, that's all Japan.
what's going on over there. Is it really? So what do we need? Do we need China at all? Or could we just kind of nuke them and move on?
the steamed pork dumplings and things like that.
I could live without it.
Good. Crab rangoon, that's probably
That's an
Chinese.
American invention.
That's probably
Is
Chinese.
it? The
Yeah.
Goon Squad?
I mean, even China's most popular, famous beer, it's a lager,
What is it?
right? It's probably Tsingtao.
Oh, fuck that,
I like
dude.
Tsingtao.
Tsingtao's not
It's all
bad.
right.
but
It's
it's you know that's a Czech or German beer that they just adopt, like
Now-
they made their own style of
The
it.
Chinese invented gunpowder, but that was a long fucking time ago.
Long time ago, and fireworks.
Like, you can't just rest on that, dude.
You can't.
They built that wall, too, but, like, you can just walk around
If someone
it.
skateboarded over that wall, is it really that big?
No. No, and the Mongolians tore it down.
Sure did.
And like, they're not really even that tall.
The shitty walk guy tried to stop him, and he couldn't, so.
Goddamn Mongolians!
Mongolian beef. Will we lose that from the menu?
Here's one...
Umbrellas. They
Oh,
created
yeah.
umbrellas.
Fuck. All right.
Here's one thing that I wish would happen. So you know how at the end, I don't remember which one of the Planet of the Apes it was, but it's where the Statue of Liberty is buried in the sand, and he's like, "You
The OG.
Yeah, the
God
Charlton
damn
Heston
it,
one,
you
yeah.
fucking whatever." I hope all the records of humanity are lost except for South Park, and then aliens or a new human civilization comes along after we get wiped out, and all they know about this period in time is from South Park, and they just think that that's real.
So mine is Small Wonder.
Do you know how fucking awesome that would be?
Yeah, it would be mine's Small Wonder, where the girl was the robot, and then they just made her clean up the house and shit.
I don't know what Small Wonder is.
Small Wonder.
Never heard of it.
It was a show. It was one of the TGI Friday shows.
Is it like Johnny Five
like
or some
Mr.
bullshit?
Yeah, but it was Vicky the robot. Bob, can you pull up Vicky the robot? because I feel like this is Giorgio's type.
It looks like a child, so I hope that's not his type.
Sure, it sure is, because she was old enough to act and do the things, but yeah. So it looks like a real person, and then, you stuff a light bulb in her mouth and she can turn it on.
That's fucked up.
She's a robot, and that's what robots do.
I was more of an Alf fan, you know?
Big Alf fan.
Because he just ate cats and shit. Nobody was like, hey, dude, stop eating cats.
PETA didn't even exist.
I've referred you to Small Wonder before because I showed you, it involved my favorite pedophile joke I've ever seen from Family Guy.
Which is?
I'll just play it.
Say it, Bob.
Well, we can't play Family Guy.
Can't play Family Guy.
No,
We're gonna get dinged.
it's just like the dad shutting her off for the day, and like she shuts off, and then he just he just looks at her, and he just goes, "Nah," and then walks away.
So they shut her off, and they put her in the fucking closet in the show.
Yeah, but he was contemplating banging her.
Something else,
Yeah.
Bob? Yeah.
But decided not to.
Well,
good guy.
Because she's a child robot, you know?
Which word's the more active one there?
What, child or robot? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
It's child. It's child. Okay, it's child. You happy, Bob? You fucking happy?
Just want to know.
All right. Next up is Buckhead seceding, a move to create a new city out of the wealthiest and whitest areas in Atlanta. Got a little more traction this week after being blocked by Georgia legislative leaders last year. 2 bills that would allow the Buckhead district to secede from the city passed a Georgia Senate committee Monday and could be up for a floor vote as soon as this week, if approved by both legislative chambers and signed by Governor Brian Kemp. The measures would allow residents of the roughly 24 square mile Buckhead area to vote in November 2024 on whether to leave Atlanta and form their own city. Look, this one hits close to home. Obviously, this was my county growing up. Fulton County this is in, and they're making this about race, and they shouldn't. This whole fucking county is so goddamn big, it should be divided into 3 if you want to be honest about it.
Yeah.
From end to end, all the way, and this was pre-fucking awful traffic. If you were just a cop covering Fulton County, you're looking at 50 minutes to an hour to try to cover all this. Yes, Buckhead is a rich-ish area, but so are the rest of the suburbs that are beyond Buckhead. They're not talking about that. The only reason they're talking about this is because it's closer to the ghetto.
Well, who gives a shit if it's rich or not? Like, we've got our own community. We're doing our own thing over here in the suburbs. Why the fuck? Like, so the Bloomberg article about this today. So there's two things have kind of materialized today. One is that Kemp is not sure if it's technically legal, which is just like a mini filibuster, or he's throwing a dog a bone to the people that are against it. He's just trying to play the middle road right now until the legislature actually decides something. Then he'll sign it. He'll sign it because there's too much money going into his campaign from that area for him not to sign that.
Yes.
But the other thing is that Bloomberg their assessment is it'll really have a negative financial impact on the city of Atlanta. Like, yeah, the city of Atlanta fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like, why do I have to fucking stay part of your government when you're poor and mismanaging your fucking money and violent and all this other bullshit? Like, so I'm just supposed to continue paying you taxes and being part when my vote gets absorbed into your bullshit vote every single time? Fuck you.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like, dude, look at the city of Atlanta and the mayor. Is she still there, by the way? Is Keisha Lance Bottoms still the mayor there? Because she was just as awful as homegirl in Chicago who just got booted. Beetlejuice. And it's like, it's the same thing where these mayors are destroying these cities. There's a shit ton of crime. And so what they're doing is popping out to the suburbs and then robbing and stealing all this other fucking shit. So Buckhead is right next to Atlanta. And it's because Atlanta sucks.
Andre Dickens is the current mayor of Atlanta.
So they got her out of there.
I mean, this is all based on where people who are choosing to be a positive member of society are moving. It's the reason they moved the Braves there. So if you look at the assessments about why they left the old stadium and moved to the new stadium up in Buckhead. Well, that was
That's-
part of it, but it's
sucked.
they
The main
looked
reason-
at,
the main
they
reason
looked
they
at their
gave.
they looked at their season ticket holders, and then everybody that signed up for their mailing list. They did all their digital marketing stuff, and like 85% of the people that come to Braves games that live in that area live in Buckhead specifically.
Yep.
Right. So fuck you. Nobody owes you a living. You piece of shit. Get up and go to fucking work.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. Because even out where I'm at, same county where I grew up, that was a good 50-minute drive down to the stadium down there.
Yeah, it's like
And
fucking. You're not gonna make Rancho part of LA City.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Actually, in this case, it would be almost like Oxnard or some shit because it's a good fucking hour.
Santa
north.
Clara.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. And like, dude, this should have happened years and years ago. Not only that, if you're the city of Atlanta, and let's say Buckhead secedes and I don't know, fucking Alpharetta and Roswell and all that other shit up there. Let's say that happens. You're going to get separate police forces for each area, making your city more secure and safer. Why wouldn't you want this instead of just one? Instead of just having the Fulton County police there, have 3 different ones so that way we can be safer and move on with our
Well, it's
fucking
because
lives, dude.
the city of Atlanta wants to extract wealth from the suburbs and spend it on their bullshit.
Correct. Yeah. They want the taxes out of there. So they'll turn it into a race issue when it's just a safety issue. And that's it. But even fucking everybody who makes it out of Atlanta ends up moving to Buckhead. I mean, terrible example, but Young Thug, that's where he got arrested at. But as soon as he made it out, he was like, I'm going to Buckhead, dude. I want to have a nice house. I don't want to get fucking robbed every goddamn day. So I don't understand why not split this up into 3s here and not make it about race, just make it about safety. And if Atlanta improves safety-wise and they get their own goddamn police force down there, maybe all of us would want to go back to the Coca-Cola factory and underground Atlanta and the aquarium and all the cool shit that actually does exist in downtown Atlanta. But we all just want to feel safe about going there and taking our fucking kids there without being robbed.
Yeah, honestly, and perhaps ironically, the safest place in Atlanta is probably the Varsity.
Yeah.
Because everybody there is either armed or too fat to do anything.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And it's right on the highway, so you can at least see it. There's some lights there.
Have you guys ever been to the Varsity? Anybody?
Yeah.
Have
You
not.
had to. You, Bob, shut the fuck
Bob,
up.
you never been?
You go to Atlanta to go to the Varsity?
We're gonna go to at least one Braves game this year, so I'll take you by there. It's
All
like
right.
a. It's
You got to
like
have
a,
it once.
It's like a lunch.
It's a staple.
It's like a lunchroom
institution.
cafeteria.
Burgers,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like a lunch.
No,
it's like a
not
giant
burgers.
lunchroom cafeteria,
Yeah.
and old black ladies. The last time I was there, it was
hot
all
dogs.
old
They
black
run
ladies.
it, dude. They
good.
run,
They
the
run that
shit.
shit,
fucking
and
down.
it's
They're
almost
amazing.
There's like they're polite because it's the South. It's like hun and fucking deer and all
Yeah.
that bullshit. But
Yeah.
there's a soup Nazi vibe to it too. You don't want to fuck up in that line.
And you got to get out of there quickly.
Yeah.
Like, hey, take your
They
food.
do
There's
too
a
much
line.
volume. You
There's
gotta
a
get the fuck out
line,
of the way.
dude. You got to get out of there.
down.
Those are the
I'm
old
down
black
with that.
ladies I grew up with, like the ones that were in my neighborhood.
best.
They just don't take any shit from anybody.
Yeah. And I want them to be safe.
Yeah,
I don't want them
sh-
getting
I
robbed
feel
after
like,
their shift.
I think they should run the government. Like a mixture,
Yes.
a mixture of like wisecracking old black ladies and the teenagers from Chick-fil-A.
If one of them was the mayor of Atlanta, the whole goddamn city would be safe.
I don't
and
got time for
well-fed.
this bullshit.
Nobody's got time for that
Yeah,
bullshit.
that would be their fucking campaign slogan.
Yeah.
Why do they command respect from everyone? The hardest dudes on earth.
Because
Like an
you
old
know-
little black lady, you're like, yeah, I'll listen to you.
Because you know they've been fucking through it and they
Yep.
don't mince words. They just say what they're thinking. We respect
Exactly.
that.
Because they don't give a fuck. And they'll slap you across the face.
Yeah, I respect people. Like even people who are alphas respect other alphas, and there's nobody more alpha than a fucking old black lady.
At a varsity,
Yeah.
too? Dude, on top of it? Come on,
They'll
bro.
smack the fucking shit out of you.
Yeah. You're going to pick your teeth up off
I've
the
been
floor.
hit with sandals fresh off the foot of old black ladies before for mouthing off.
Yeah.
Like, what'd you say? Pop, pop. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You're fast for old
You,
lady.
you got to expect it.
But they were all on steroids. It was in the 90s.
Wow.
So.
We were allowing it then. It was a funner time. Next up, Biden rebuffed by both houses of Congress. The Senate on Wednesday passed a disapproval resolution formally killing a Biden administration Department of Labor rule that encourages private retirement plan fiduciaries to consider environments, social, and governance, aka the ESG factors, when making investment decisions for over 150 million Americans. The measure, which only required a simple majority to pass the threshold in a 50 to 46 vote. The House of Representatives passed it Tuesday in a 216 to 204 votes, with only one Democrat voting for the bill. Quote, President Biden wants to sacrifice seniors' retirement savings to fund his political agenda, said Senator Mike Braun of Indiana, who led the bill, as he told Fox News on Tuesday. Both the Senate and the House have now sent powerful bipartisan rebukes of the Biden ESG agenda. I'm proud to stand up for Americans' retirement savings to stop this harmful rule. Why did they want this?
So ESG, or environment, social, and governance regulations, are essentially the Chinese social credit score stuff.
Okay.
So each company gets a ranking. If it's a finance company or any kind of business, they get a ranking based on how environmentally conscious they are, as defined by the organization. Not a real, like, it's fucking stupid, obviously.
Yeah.
And then social is like, oh, do you have enough trans people working at your facility? And then governance is how you measure all that out, or how you meet all that stuff out. It's just the Chinese social credit score, but woke.
Gotcha.
In America. That's essentially what it is. And nobody wants this stuff. Nobody wants it.
No, not at all. Not at all. Why did he think it would pass?
Well, this isn't something that would pass. He did it as an executive order, essentially. Right?
Gotcha.
Which he technically has the right to do until Congress passes a bill on it. And he stated pretty clearly that if this bill reaches his desk, which it's going to now, that he'll veto it. I don't know if he's going to yet or not. That's a bad look. It's a bad look when you own one of the houses of Congress and you still have to end up vetoing a bill.
Yeah.
That shows how weak this administration is.
And it's going to get worse unless the breaking news here is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is now heading to Iowa next week. DeSantis' trip to the state that votes first in GOP presidential nominating calendar is the latest sign of a potential presidential run. I don't think any of us are shocked by this. In the least bits. What I am shocked about with the whole DeSantis thing is how well he's been able to keep his mouth shut during everything else that's been going on around him. Because I think that is the smartest move going forward. And wait until the end. It's going to be a long fight anyways. Why get in this, a year earlier than you have to if it's not necessary at this point?
Yeah.
So he's not said one word about it, but the DeSantis trip will be his first to Iowa and his first this cycle of any early voting states in the GOP primary and caucus schedule. DeSantis is widely expected by political pundits to launch a Republican White House run this year, though he remains on the 2024 sidelines. Again, I think that's a smart decision. Wait until the end of the year. And then the latest in a shock poll out of California says that DeSantis leads Trump by double digits, and that I'm actually not shocked by.
That's not a shock poll.
Me neither.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I guess because it's California, but
were there Democratic options on there? If not, then they got to choose one of them. And it's obviously not going to be Donald Trump.
Yeah. So no, this is not shocking whatsoever. According to the Los Angeles Daily News, no.
What the fuck
I
is
think
the
he's probably
LA Daily
the
News? Is that even a real?
It's like the
newspaper?
Washington Times Examiner. Where you're just kind of like, wait, is that a thing or is that out of the back of your car? What are we doing here? Are you handing me this on a napkin or is this an actual news publication? No, none of this is shocking, and I think so far what he's done, at least campaign-wise, is pretty smart. This is a lot of fucking election shit, and I don't want to get into this in a full year in advance, do you? Of what it's going to be?
I mean, no. There's going to be so much stuff's going to happen between now and then.
We've got when does it usually get cranked up? The fall? What do you say? October, November?
Anybody that's running will have announced by August or September.
Okay. So yeah, let's give it another 5 months. No need to burn us out.
And they'll do all their fucking initial fundraising and media awareness stuff between September and March, and then there'll probably be primary debates soon after that.
Okay.
And those will be fun. The Republican primary debates especially, because it'll be interesting to see how Trump handles it if he does indeed intend to run. I'm not 100% sure he's actually going to do it, but
here, what I'm interested in to see is there's kind of a theory. I don't know if it's true or not. Mm-hmm. That Bloomberg just got in there to punch Bernie Sanders in the mouth to clear the way for Biden, because Biden saying shit about Sanders that Bloomberg said would have played badly enough that maybe Sanders voters would have been alienated the way they were after Clinton.
Okay.
You know, the whole narrative, a lot of Bernie bros didn't turn out or voted for Trump because they were so fucking mad.
Yeah, right.
They love Bernie or whatever. Because fucking Bloomberg came in there and was just like, oh, wow, yeah, so you're real socialist. You own 3 houses and all this shit. Like just...
In cash.
Yeah. So does someone come in literally just to be mean to Donald Trump and it isn't DeSantis...
Well, right now,
Well, I don't know who it would be.
Nikki Haley announced.
Nikki Haley
I don't
is-
see her having
She can't punch with
She's
Trump.
she is a bump on a log.
Right.
Yeah.
She's one of the most boring human beings of all time, and so is Tim Scott. By the way, ain't gonna be him.
No,
And they wouldn't-
he's too polite.
They wouldn't sacrifice him on that altar, anyways. I don't know anybody that is that's mouthy like that from the right that would even be an option for something like that, because those people are on Trump's side typically.
Yeah, not yet.
I mean, Trump might bring somebody in like that theoretically to attack DeSantis so he can play it cool on DeSantis, but I don't know that he's that clever, to be honest.
Yeah, and what do you say there? She doesn't have the labia to stand up to it, you know? Like, what do you say as a woman? Because
Ovaries.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, I mean,
the oves.
Lori Lightfoot was yelling at Italians about how she had the biggest dick in Chicago.
She was, and I remember that. And I didn't get to see her penis at all. And I feel, I feel slighted now because she's gone.
I would like to see her dick, though.
Same here.
If that's
we
possible.
were
Now that she's out of office.
deprived of that.
I think she just got a job at McDonald's on the South Side.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. So best of luck to you, Beetlejuice. Now's the point in the show.
Careful, don't say it 2 more times because I don't want to deal with that bullshit.
Me
today.
neither. We get to the Drinking Bro of the Week. As always, if you're in the Austin area and you want to come by and watch a live show, we got a bunch of listeners here. You can just come up on stage here and give your Drinking Bro of the Week. You guys have been getting fucked up drinking seltzers out there. Who wants to come up and give the old Drinking Bro of the Week out? Come on down. Is that your lady too? Is that her?
That's his lady.
Yeah. It's his lady? Okay. No, I mean literally come up. Come on up. Come on up. Yeah. We're going to live forever, so it's totally fine. Take your time.
Forever
You're
young.
strutting in the cowboy boots and shit, dude. Like, yeah.
With the softest voice.
Yeah, there you go, dude. Keep the mic about an inch from your face. There you go. You look rocked now, dude. How many have you had?
This is number 4.
Inch from your face. There you go.
Number 4.
Number 4, hard AF seltzers. You're fucked up now.
Yeah, man. So listen.
I told you back there before you got
Listening
started.
to y'all shit, dude.
I was like, hey, dude.
You know, y'all talk about how fucked up these things get y'all, and I'm like, I can't wait till I go there. I'm gonna be like, that's no big.
Because I asked you, I go, dude, how many have you had? And you go, it's my first one. And I go, oh, give it 3 or 4. And now you're fucking rocked. Proud of you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
What's your name?
Eric.
Eric. Who would you like to give the Drinking Bro of the Week to?
Our buddy Ralph back here.
All right.
Would you love to hear about what Ralph did last night?
Go ahead. What did Ralph do?
Oh,
Which one
so-
is Ralph?
Hey, Ralph.
Oh, it's him. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he allowed to come up later?
Oh, I mean, he's
Where
going
did
to
he
have.
stick his penis last night? Where was Ralph's
Where
penis
does he
last night?
wish he stuck that last night?
Yeah.
Or where did he? So Ralph drove in from PA.
Okay. Dumbest state in America? Yep.
He did a little, I mean,
Fetterman land.
right. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We keep giving him.
Hey, you guys. That should be the Pennsylvania call. Hey, you guys. And then it's like, oh, you're from Pennsylvania. I know. Dead man walking.
Oh, God.
Pennsylvania.
You know, puppets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so old Ralphie Poo, he gets hammered last night, and he's been seeing this chick for like a day or two. I mean, like a couple weeks, maybe.
Sure.
He sends her this sweet little video about. At some point, it ends with, "I miss you and I love you." Oh yeah!
Why a video?
Yeah.
Why a video,
dude,
Ralph?
yes.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Just text that, dude. Text that. Nobody wants to see a dude you've just been dating for like 2 weeks go drunkenly, I miss you. and I love
He's
you."
in so much trouble.
Ralph, you son of a bitch. He won't remember this in like 2 hours. It'll live forever, and like millions of people will listen to it,
my
but you're
gosh.
fine.
We made him show it. We made him show us the video.
Do you have it? We'll put it in.
Oh my God, I wish.
We can put it in on the
No
screen
balls, no fucking balls to show that video. No balls, dude.
right now. Would you let us play it live on air is the question.
Yes! Holy shit.
Where would they airdrop it? Where's
oh my
Bob?
God, this is so great.
Ross's iMac? Is that it? Yeah. All right. Can you airdrop the video to Ross's iMac, and then we'll play this. He didn't have his dick out, though, right? I think we're on YouTube today, not Patreon.
That would have made it better for her.
No, if we were on Patreon, I'd be like, let's show that fucking hog, brother. I think today's show's on YouTube.
You want to see the hog, dude? Look right here.
Yeah, airdrop it in and let's see this thing. Oh, what do you got there? What do you got there? You got you've got dick socks on. Yeah. You've got penis socks on. Can you show that to the audience there?
I don't know. How do I show
Put the
that?
camera over there. Just stick your leg up in there. He's got penis socks on, and that's real, by the way. So is that, you tell ladies, like, this is how long it is, and then boom, there's the penis at the end of the thing?
Hello.
It's a little dark for his skin tone.
Oh, that's so fucking
have
funny.
the white
No, but
ones,
the
too.
dick is white.
I have the white ones, too.
He's got the white ones, too. Yeah, he doesn't discriminate, Giorgio. You fucking racist.
I know. Gosh.
Okay, so we do have the video.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, shit's gonna get wild today. Okay, so how wasted is Ralph at this point before we play this video?
Was this before?
$500 worth of what? Just old bourbon. Of bourbon. Okay. Okay.
Before or after?
Good
the
bourbon or
throw-up?
bad, like shitty bourbon? Like Evan Williams or like some Buffalo
Like
Trace? at least?
$200 shots.
$200 shots. Oh, you're just talking like
Yes.
Pappy Van Winkle. All right. Let's play the video here. This is Ralph, who we'll bring on here in a sec.
This is the greatest day of my life.
And he's chatting with his lady who he's known for about a week here. Let's see the video he sent this lucky lady. There you go.
Yeah, I'm not drunk. But I am feeling good. And there's Craig. Because we're old and we're yawning.
Of course we are.
You're wasted, Ralph.
Of course we are.
Boy.
But I miss you. I love you.
There it is.
And I can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
And Craig and Eric want to meet you too.
Yeah, they do. Let's go ahead and give that a round of applause, Delco.
The best part
Thank
at
you.
the end.
There
the
it is.
kiss at the end.
Yep.
Did you see the kiss? You saw the kiss at the end? Yes.
He didn't want to do it, but he's just
Yes,
like,
it's awesome.
I gotta give it to her. If I don't, she'll be mad at me.
We've
if
all
someone was-
been there, friends. We've all been there. You show up, you come in from out of town, you're like, Austin, it's partying. You're gonna be a bunch of girls. There's no girls. You end up getting wasted with your bros, and then you're like, oh, shit. Hey girl, it's me, Ralph. You might as well have just said, there's no other pussy here, and it's like a Wednesday. I'm thinking about you. Really miss you right now because I got nothing here.
I'm real lonely and sad, and if you just pick up the phone, I'd be real appreciative.
Can't get an Uber to the strip clubs. My card's declined. I love you and I miss you, baby. And my friends can't wait to meet you. They've never said anything all night. They didn't say one word about hoping to meet this woman all night long. And you're like, I love you.
Been here 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're like, I just ordered wings, man. Who's this girl? Oh, yeah, Stacy. Yeah, Stacy, I love you. Let's meet, Stacy. Let's fucking rage. Let's share some mozzarella sticks, Stacy. I don't fucking know. I am Ralph. Come on up, dude. I'm proud of you for even letting us play this. Come on up here, Ralph. I'm proud of you for letting us play this video live on air. I mean,
That was some balls to do that. To be cool with that.
holy shit, dude. It's amazing. Ralph, come on out. We'll let you give out a drink of bro of the week. You want to give it to her? You can. Go ahead. Put your face about an inch from the mic. There you go. There's
That's
Ralph.
what she said.
Yeah. Well, she isn't if
Yeah.
she's trans. But
So,
yeah.
yeah. So I don't hear from her. I don't hear from her this morning, and it was like, oh, okay, now what? But she sent me a text and said, I have no problem you getting drunk with your brothers,
Okay.
but the next time you tell me you love me, it better be personal and in person.
Yeah. Like
And
you
yeah,
mean it,
considering I've like never said it before.
Whoa, oh my,
Sure.
whoa.
Sure. What's up, Giorgio? Go ahead.
That was the first time he had told her he loved her.
That was the first time.
Well, are you just picking
Ever?
up that
Ever?
he's known her for
Whoa.
about a day?
Ever?
Yeah.
That's the first time ever?
Ever. That's what made it funny.
And he's, well, funny to you, not to her. Yeah.
2 weeks.
She's at home with 3 kids, dude, divorced, and she's like, I hope so. Hey, you better take them to T-Bone because they're looking for a daddy in their lives.
You better not call me drunk and tell me you love me and not.
Man, you're talking to a single mom, bro. You can't do that. She have kids?
Yeah, she has 2 adult kids.
Nailed it,
adult.
dude. Yeah, but they still need a dad. Fuck, man. Damn it, Ralph.
No, she can call me daddy. That's
All
fine.
right. Well,
Yeah, you know.
you're gonna have to go home and say it in person. Where's your home? Where do you live at?
Pittsburgh.
Where do you lay your dick? In Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
There you go. Pennsylvania. That's Pennsylvania for you. Who would you like to give the Drinking Brother of the Week to?
Well, if I can just say that I did send her flowers this morning too.
As well you should have. That's
As well I
nice.
should have. So she just
nice.
texted me and said they're beautiful. So
Awesome. Okay.
My drinking bro is Craig.
Craig. Okay. Craig. Now Craig is the one in the video that you're like, man, I really want you to meet. Craig wants to meet you too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And he's yawning. Yeah. He was yawning in the video. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Craigers.
Craigers
is your brother. Okay.
Yeah.
Proud of you. Why is Craig so special to you? Guys fucked. Is that Craig's girlfriend?
That is Craig's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Well.
She was on your show.
Yeah. She's
she
been on
was
the
there.
show. She's great. She's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, she is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Her coffee company is phenomenal.
It's great.
Yeah.
Shout out the coffee company.
Yeah, it's called You're Welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah.
You're
we got
welcome.
a bunch of bags of it, and it's amazing coffee.
Yeah,
Big
morning
fan.
wood and just the tip.
Yeah, I know.
I had some of that morning wood this morning.
I sure did.
Yeah.
Giorgio was all hopped up on it this morning.
I like to see my morning wood, take a morning wood, drink some morning wood, and then eventually lose my morning wood.
Sure, but when you're taking that morning wood, that means you're just getting blasted by another dude. So I'd go ahead
Let
and
me
switch
rephrase
that up.
that.
Switch that up. I'll write some copy in the back. What's the name of your website? I'll shout it out. What's the name of her website?
Oh, you'rewelcome.co.
You're welcome.co.
Co.
You're welcome.co. C-O. You can get some coffee from a lovely lady and support Craig.
And no money goes to the Ukraine.
At all, right?
Fuck them.
Not one single
Yes.
dime goes to the Ukraine, and
No.
that's great.
No.
And you're welcome.co for that.
Yeah.
Okay? Not a cent goes to Ukraine, and Greta Thunberg has never drank it either. So it's important. I want the people to know, okay? This is American coffee. It butt fucks hard. We don't care about the environments, okay? Appreciate you letting us show that video on the
Yeah, no
on
problem,
air.
brother. Having
It
a
was
great
fun.
time.
How long you guys been listening?
How long's it been, Craig? Years.
Years.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Craig's had a few too. Oh shit, years? I don't fucking know.
He's back here
I'm
yawning.
listening to it now. Yeah. Oh fuck! This is a fun show. If you're here, stop on in, load up on Hard AF seltzers, get drunk, come on the show.
And I'll tell you I love you.
Yeah, you'll get a video later. You'll get a video later from this one saying I love you and I miss you. There's no other pussy around. I love you. Kidding. If you're not here in person, go to drinkingbros.com, click the submission form. They come in live on air, and we read them straight off the old email. And as always, go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star. Leave a quick review along with Spotify, but it's just a 5-star. You can walk the fuck away. I will shut up after 10,000 reviews. I can promise you that. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros.